Now let's work through an example here where we'll have the following data. So we'll have our time to complete the first unit. So we're going to have a value of A of 6 direct labor hours. And what we will we'll try this out here where we then have X ranging, say we'll go from X ranging from 0, so ranging from 0 to 8. And so then what we'll do is, and then we'll look at a learning curve rate. We'll try a few different things, but first let's try the 90%. So we'll just do it that way, equals 90%. And so then we'll have, so 0.9 or 90%. So as we go through the formula then, so then we have our X value here, our Y, and then we'll have our total direct labor hours will be the product of the two. And so we'll work through this process here. So we'll start with 0. Now as you work with Excel a little bit here, if you have this, take that cell and add 1, then you can, Excel will know what to do as you work your way down, and almost guessed right there. So we have, so going from 0 to 8, so there was, with 0, there's 0 production, and so the total direct labor hours would be 0 times 0, 0 times 0, 0. So we can move our way down here and see what happens as we move forward here. So the first unit took 6 direct labor hours, so that's where we have, so that's where that's going to come into place here. So we have six direct labor hours. So now as we go and do the second one, this is where our formula above will come into place. So we will take Y equals A multiplied by the X value, well the X value is here, and then raised to the B power. Now we could go through this formula, but since we have the table right here, we'll just go back to this amount here in terms of the B. So the B is negative 0.152. So we hit enter and see what happens. So as we double production, so in other words, as we go from 1 to 2, notice that the average has gone from 6 to 5.4. Now, keep in mind, this is, so this is the cumulative average has fallen. So really, we've gone from the first unit took 6 hours, and the next unit actually took 10.8 minus 6. The second unit actually took 4.8, but on average it brought it down to 5.4. So I call this difference here the marginal of 4.8. And so going from 0 to 1, it took 6 hours. Going from 1 to 2, it took 4.8 hours. Now notice this learning curve rate of 90% maps out to 6 falling to 5.4. In other words, as we doubled production from 1 to 2, it took, the second unit took 90% of the time. The cumulative average was 90% of the time of the first. So just parenthetically, we would take 5.4 divided by 6, and we see that's where our 90% comes in. So that's how this all fits into the formula, and we'll continue on in the next video.